This is an Arabian Gray G580E, and great news, it's available. We had this on build for one of our clients, and we ended up getting him something quicker. He didn't want to wait for it to get here. So this is the first electric G-Wagon that has come to the store that's available for sale, which I'm pumped about because I haven't driven one yet. I want to take it for a short spin, get some impressions of it. Let's walk around it real quick. This is an Edition 1. Right now, you can't spec a G580 any differently than picking a color and getting the Edition 1 with it. So you've got blue accents all throughout. They're going to be down the side of the car here. You've got the design box on the back, which is where you would store your charging cable. The best part about the G580E is that it looks just like a G-Wagon. There's nothing. Now, this is the EQS 450 that I'm driving currently. A lot of you ask me all the time, what do I drive? We were sold out of these for months, if you can believe it. These have become impossible to get. There are no EQS 450 SUVs out there. But I drive this because I'm like super into electric cars all of a sudden. They just drive so smooth. As a daily driver, are they super exciting? No. But are they amazing to drive? Yes. So I'm very excited to check this out. But the feedback that we get on some of our EQ products is that they don't look like the rest of our cars, and people would prefer them to look like our gas-powered vehicles, our ICE vehicles. So that's what makes this G-Wagon so compelling. Now the interior of the Edition 1 has this blue stitching all throughout, blue inlay in the carbon fiber, which is super cool, your Edition 1 badge. And I'm just really excited to find out, what does it drive like? I've got 65% of range, and it's showing me that I've got max range of 173 miles right now. So if we had 100% charge, we're probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 260, 270 miles. It's also wintertime. So at least in the EQS, I lose about 100 miles of max range in the winter. But I also know that in that car right now, whenever I start driving an EQ, my max range is about 350. And after 1,000 miles or so in the summertime, that would creep up to 450. So I don't know if that's the battery getting exercised or if it learns your driving habits or what. This is so quiet. Got some good pickup. Dude, I honestly think this is what I would have to, I don't know if I'd want a G63. Not only has the suspension kept getting better on these G-Wagons, but the extra weight that you get from these batteries, and because they're so low in the car, it lowers the center of gravity, it just makes them ride so smooth and solid. How does this feel to you? This feels pretty plush to me. Oh my goodness. This thing gets up in buggies. It really does.
That's a big question that we've been getting a lot lately is, what are these going to hold resale value like a normal G-Wagon does?
And that's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Nobody knows for sure, right? Every EV, no matter what it is, has had drop-off at some point. I do expect that this is going to depreciate more like a G550 than a 63, which is going to be a gradual depreciation. And there's nothing non-G-Wagon about this.
No, it's the same interior, it's the same exterior.
There's nothing that's being compromised. This feels as good as any other G-Class I've ever driven. In fact, maybe better.
I agree.
Dude, this is so smooth. I want one so bad. Oh, I want one of these.
I would do one of these.
And here's the other thing. They don't have the bull bar, and I love that.
I like it without the bull bar.
That's the European look. Like, I like the bull bar on the G63 so much better than the G550. So the fact that this looks like a 550 but without the bull bar, it looks amazing. It's so clean, very Euro. For next year production, they have opened up a custom book. You can build it exactly the way you want it now. But the Edition 1 is cool. There's been some Edition 1s or final editions in the past that were maybe a little over the top, but I think they did a good job with this. Now, for those of you that have EQs or are considering them, one of the recuperation modes is intelligent, which I love because what it does is it's like having your driver assistance activated partially. So if there's no cars in front of you, you're on the highway, it'll go to no resistance, no recoup, which means the car will roll freely. If a car is in front of you or you're coming up to one that's stopped at a stoplight, it will brake as necessary, as if you had Distronic turned on, which is super cool. So it adjusts on the fly to whatever's happening around you. This thing gets up and goes. And I'm always keeping it within reason, right? I'm not Mario Andretti like I used to be. If you lease it, it does qualify for the $7,500 lease cash. That I am sure of. I would say leasing is the way to go just because I do expect it to hold value, but in case it doesn't, right, you're not left holding the bag at the end. And if it does hold its value super well, like every other G-Wagon, then boom, you buy it out, instant equity position. Write it off through your business, whatever you want to do. For those of you that have businesses and you're looking for a Section 179, this is definitely heavy enough. Check with your accountant to see if you qualify, and you can do that on a purchase or a lease. One last thing, this is at MSRP. There's no funny business, no add-ons, no nothing like that. And if you are one of the people that ultimately would like to have a G63 and you want to start a relationship with us, this is one way to get there, right? You buy this car, and then you drive it until your G63 comes in, you trade this back, you get your G63 from SRP. Well, this is how you get one. So I gotta say, I'm very impressed. 10 out of 10 would recommend. So if you are interested, you're in the market, links in my bio, you can reach out to me and the team.